Hey, what's up everyone? So apparently there has been another false alarm or another false tsunami warning given, this time to the residents of Alaska. I meant to cover this several days ago, but I just now got around to it. Several news sources have been reporting on this, and you can find this by Googling false tsunami warning. So this time in Alaska, Alaskans heard this false tsunami warning on their TV and radio. So, what's up with this? Is this a preparation? Are they warning people that something is on the way? Is it a false flag situation? What do you think it is? I'm curious to hear from you all, because we've all been dealing with this for a while now. We've been hearing about this. If you remember, before this volcanic eruption in Hawaii took place, they got a false warning. And if you remember, the individuals, they said, oh, it was an accident. So it was brushed under the rug, swept under the rug. They moved on. They said it was an accident, and that was it. Then the entire West Coast got a false alarm for an impending tsunami. They said, we apologize. It was an accident. AccuWeather accidentally prompted the alert on Twitter. It wasn't real. It was an accident. One of the officials accidentally sent it to Twitter, and they posted it to everyone. Then, on the southern portion of the United States, along the Gulf of Mexico and the Gulf Coast in Louisiana and Texas, all of them, they got a tsunami warning that a giant tsunami was coming. And I don't know, I think that might have been early this year, late last year, early this year. I'll have to look that up. But people were talking about it all over YouTube and Twitter. And it was all over the news, online and TV. A false flag, well, they didn't call it a false flag, but a false alert. A false alert. False alarm, folks. They said there is no tsunami there is no tsunami on the way. That was a false alarm issued for all of the Texas, Louisiana, and Florida coast, all the way up into, if you remember, another false alarm situation for North and South Carolina and the East Coast. Residents along New Jersey and other areas, the fourth time that happened, residents along from all the way from New Jersey down through the Carolina coasts, they got a false warning. They said, sorry, it was a false alarm. Some official accidentally pushed the button. Same situation in Hawaii. Oh, sorry, a senior official there who's been doing his job for many, many years, just accidentally up and pushed the wrong button. Okay, that just sounds fishy, first of all. Now, fast forward a few months later, what happens? Not even a few months, maybe a month. And Japan. All of Japan's TVs and radios and devices get a false warning of a major tsunami and earthquake situation, saying, basically, you're all doomed. Take shelter immediately. And that's what it stated in all of these different places. Take shelter immediately. A disaster is about to happen. Then the Japanese officials stated that, oh, we're sorry, that was an accident. It was a false alarm, a false warning to the country of Japan. There is no major earthquake and no tsunami. Now we have this Alaskan alarm, this Alaska false alarm, a false tsunami warning on the TV and radio. So what do you think's going on? I mean, I've reported on this before and I've spoken about this, but you can see it here on Fox News and Daily Mail and so on. Alaska residents get a false tsunami warning on their TV and radio. And you can see right there, the National Weather Service for this area has issued a tsunami warning for the following counties or areas. Alaska. And they told the time and when it's effective and everything. It was shown, they accidentally broadcast it in text, and it was shown on TV and on the radio, so what gives? Many Alaska residents on May 14th were mistakenly warned on TV and on the radio. Well, I'll be back on Friday morning of a tsunami threat along the west coast of the United States from San Diego, California, all the way to the Alaska's Aleutian Islands. The alert said at the end of a nearly 2-minute long message that it was a test, but not all listeners and viewers received that information. Several received the fact that it was an actual tsunami. The National Tsunami Warning Center said that there was no threat. It said the message was a routine test sent out at about 7 a.m. Now I know in our area we got a test, and it officially said that this is a test from the emergency alert system. And in Tennessee they had the emergency alert system that morning, and they gave a test warning, a message as a test. But it stated through the entire message, the screen turned red, and it had emergency alert system, and it had on there that this is a test of the emergency alert system. They told it immediately. They didn't wait till the end. They actually told it immediately the entire time that this is a test of the emergency alert system. But for Alaska, apparently, and the entire west coast, including California, they stated that they didn't tell them until the very end. Then they went out and stated it was just a false alarm. The National Weather Service spokeswoman said that the center's test message was properly coded but somehow retransmitted in an abbreviated format. Okay. They resent it out again as an abbreviated format and forgot to add the part that it was a test. That stripped the test coding and caused activation of the emergency alert system that sends messages to TV and radio stations. She said it's not clear why that happened. The agency was investigating and could not immediately provide further details. The Tsunami Warning Center is part of the National Weather Service. So, they're not sure what happened, they claim. They don't know if it was hacking, if it was just a mistake, or why, basically, it went out a second time as an actual alert, a tsunami alert. It was an abbreviated message, but actually came out as an actual tsunami warning. The message was sent just months after a civil defense official in Hawaii mistakenly sent an alert indicating a missile. That's it. Not only was there a tsunami warning issue in Hawaii that some people talked about, but there was a missile. And Japan also did the same exact thing with a missile defense. That's what that was. Not a tsunami, but a missile defense warning, a missile warning. So it was an alert indicating that a missile was inbound to the islands, prompting changes in how such alerts were issued. The employee who sent the false alert was fired. I heard he was going to be fired for a time and given his job back, or let off, and then given his job back. I don't know. Maybe now he was officially fired. I don't know. There's different information regarding that. But a senior official that's there that long of a time is not going to make that big of a mistake. Not that big of an oopsie. Whoops. My bad. I just told everyone you're going to die. Something horrible's about to happen. You're doomed. So, I mean, you just don't. Someone that is that high up, a senior official, is not going to make that big of a mistake who's been working at that job for that long of a period of time. People speculated that he was forced to do it, that he was told to do it. People speculated that it was done on purpose, that he knew something, and so on and so forth. There's all kinds of speculation out there as to what this is, but apparently they're now stating that he was fired. So, I was told he was... Well, I seen online that by MSNBC and various sources, I think Fox News even stated that he was let go for a period of time and they were going to hire him, bring him back. But now I guess he was fired completely. But in Washington State, officials said that a false tsunami warning earlier this week. Now think about that. In Washington State, officials said a false tsunami warning earlier this week in Kellam County was the result of a Jefferson County official testing a new cell phone app. Come on. A real tsunami warning in Alaska earlier this year included alerts sent to cell phones, something that didn't happen Friday. Moving on, Rosemary Dunn, who lives in Anchorage, Alaska, said she was more curious than panicked when the warning came through. I couldn't find any earthquakes, and I was really perplexed, she said. She went online, and then she discovered the alert was not real. They said it was a misinterpreted message. It was misinterpreted. I'd really like to know what's behind that? Who misinterpreted that? A spokesman for the Alaska Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management said that there is a time limit for how long an emergency alert system messages can last. This was a longer message, and from the reports that officials have gathered, the information indicated that it was a test that was cut off for some listeners and viewers. He said other Alaskans heard the test information. So, often the message says it's a test at the beginning. It's not clear why the version heard by Alaskans didn't say it was a test until the very end. See, that's what I was stating a moment ago. Here in our area, when we got a test of the emergency alert broadcast system, they stated that it was a test in the very beginning. This is a test of the emergency alert broadcast system, or whatever it's called. But this time they didn't get that message until the very end. So it's not clear why that happened. According to Zydek, he said that the message Friday was intended to be an internal test message. Tsunami vulnerable communities were notified by the State Emergency Operations Center that there was no tsunami warning, the State Emergency Management Agency said. So what do you think's going on? And I find that interesting that Washington State got a false warning as well. I mean, all these false warnings going on. Washington State gets a false tsunami warning earlier this week, as well as the West Coast about a week ago. So it's getting crazy, and someone's not just messing up. Something's going on. So let me know what you think. Much love, and that's all the information for this video. I just wanted to share with you some various things that I remembered and some information regarding this latest false warning. So much love, and thanks for watching. Hope you're all safe. Peace. Bye.